The loyal fans of the Michigan Panthers are happy today. There is an air of excitement in the Silver Dome simply because the Michigan Panthers have made it to the playoffs in this first year of the United States Football League, one of the 4 chosen teams. And so the fans have turned out probably more than any other time of the season, although we don't have an accurate count, to herald these Panthers. Just how they fit in the playoffs has yet to be determined. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bill Fleming. In a moment, you'll be hearing from Lee Corso and a little bit later on from Steve Garagiola. First, let me say that the Michigan locker room today was all excitement. The Panthers are very pleased that they have made the playoffs. They either will win the Central Division Championship or they will make the playoffs as a wild card. They, quite frankly, want to make it as the champions of the Central Division. They feel confident they can do it. I think Steve Garagiola has a report for us.
Thank you, Bill. I'm here with place kicker Novo Boyovich. Novo, we knew you could kick. You look like Anthony Carter on that pass play.
No, I was trying to be like Anthony Carter. See, like, we always did this, you know, like, we tried this, like, since season started, and coach told me that I can catch the ball, and I'm pretty fast and stuff, so I thought I can run those defensive backs or linebackers, whoever back there is. And it worked all week and stuff, so coach put in the playbook, and we tried it, and we almost had it. He barely got the ball with a finger.
You think you're Gary Yepremian, don't you?
I don't know. You know, I want to be an old boy. That's it.
Thank you, Novo. Bill, back to you.
All right.
Bill, it's awful noisy. I think I hear you talking to me. Anthony Carter is with me. Anthony, I don't think any of us have seen a move like that. Just tell me about it.
Well, I tell you, it was a quick hook up the middle, and I faked inside and then went back outside, and it was all open, and it was all foot race from there.
You knew you were gone after that one step.
Hey, I saw number 23, I think it was, behind me, but I know he wasn't going to catch me at all because I wanted this one real bad.
Thank you, Anthony. The feeling's pretty loose down here, understandably. Bill, back to you.
Okay, and Anthony Carter gets a big cheer as he comes away from the interview from all of the fans down there who are very aware of it because they have a big screen here in the end zone showing the computerized picture. Blasts it out for about 4 or 5 yards. Let's check in with Steve Garagiola for a moment.
Well, last week in Chicago it was 130 degrees on the field. Not that situation at all here today, but it is hot down here. The problem with Ken Lacey, he is not hurt, but he is dehydrated. He's overheating. And very simply, he's a hot young football player, and he's going to sit down and take a little rest. He's not injured, though.
But he limped off the field, Steve.
Well, the report is that the trainers tell me he is just hot and exhausted, that his legs are not bothering him as far as an injury.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Throws him out of bounds. Let's go down to Steve Garagiola.
Well, Bill, once again, the Panthers have come out of this all right. Ken Lacey up, walking around. And again, the report is he's fine, except he's just exhausted. John Corker limped off the field, a classic injury. His calf just cramped up. They're stretching it out. He may not go back in just to rest it, but no serious injuries for any of them. Back to you.
Okay. Good news for the upcoming week. As we get closer to the end of this game, of course, it looks like Michigan has got the Central Division Championship sewed up. Now I believe we have a report from the sidelines. Steve?
Thank you, Bill. We're here with John Corker. John, first of all, what's the status of your injury?
Oh, just cramping up. I guess Chicago's finally catching up with me. Pretty hot out here today.
Speaking of Chicago, looks like they're winning, which means Oakland comes here next week. Any feelings about that?
Well, this was not over yet. Got another quarter here to go, but we're looking forward to a great effort at the fourth quarter here, and we'll come work on Oakland when we get there.
Always the diplomat, not counting out Arizona yet. Okay, that's it. Back to you, Bill.
And just in time to see a penalty marker fly on that play as Mark Keel, the intended receiver, came out. Chicago now has moved ahead of Oakland 17-0 in the third. Incomplete. Let's go down to Steve Garagiola.
Thank you, Bill. Last week, quarterback Bobby Hebert separated shoulder against Chicago. You got cracked ribs, a sore left wrist. You got to be glad just to sit down and take a rest.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad, you know, we came out and jumped on him quick to where I could sit out the second half, you know, so I can get ready for next week. But it's just more aggravating injury now than anything. It's just a first-degree separation to where I don't think it's any worse when I got hit in the first half. It's just, you know, just more aggravating. I just think it'll take time to heal. But, you know, when you got 2 games left, you know, that we aiming for the playoffs, you know, there's no time for injury.
It looks like next week it's going to be Oakland. Any special feelings there?
Well, I'm sure glad we're playing home. I'd rather play at home than going to Philadelphia. So I'm just excited about that.
Okay, thank you, Barry. Back to you, Bill.
All right, Manucci just misses on a pass to Mark Keel, cutting across. That brings up a 4th down for the Wranglers. Mike Edwards covering on the play. Let's go down now to Steve Garagiola.
There's no question quarterbacks face a lot of pressure on the football field. This helps relieve some of the pressure. Quarterback Bobby Hebert had this on the whole game. Every play the Panthers run is right here. He gets his signal from the sidelines. He just looks at it, calls the number, makes it easy on the quarterback if you can make that job any easier. Bill?
Okay. And there are things going on in the locker room. There's Big John Corker. I don't know whether Steve Garagiola can hear us or not, but Steve, over to you if you do.
Bill, I can hear you. AC, turn around. I got Anthony Carter. Anthony, the team was 1-4. Was there ever a dream that this moment was then possible?
Well, I tell you, with the best guys that we had on the team, I never did thought we was going to give up because I came from a winning program, and I know things was going to get better because things started out a little slow for myself because I wasn't down in Daytona, but right now, it's a great moment.
You've been to the Rose Bowl. We're talking a pro championship now.
Hey, that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing, Steve. I tell you, better.
I can't argue with the big fella either. We're having fun down here, Bill.
Well, Steve, just turn it in on your expense account.
Carter had 4 catches for 113 yards.
And they're big mob down there trying to get into the dressing room. John Corker, don't whoop it up too much, fellas. You got one big game to play, and then another one if you win that one. So there's 2 games, if you figure it that way, left in the season.
Yeah, but I tell you what, they're not going to think about that Oakland game until tomorrow. But I tell you who is. Jim Stanley and his staff will be in the meeting room tonight by 8 o'clock.
Really?
Yes, sir. They'll have all the Oakland films almost already broken down because they can't afford this celebration. They got to get ready.
There's John Corker.
Hey, baby, it's unreal. 1-4, no more. The cat's on the 1. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to face old John even now.
Let me tell you, Muhammad Ali never had better run than 1-4, no more.
Now they're going to try to take the goalpost down, and I hope they don't get them because they've got to play a game here a week from today. But it gives you an idea of the kind of enthusiasm that's been pent up here in this state of Michigan, hoping for a champion, and I believe they're going to get the doggone goalpost off and down.
You figure that over 2.5 million people have seen this league in the first year in person, and look at that crowd. I don't care if it's July or November. What the hell's the difference? I mean, the goalpost still comes down the right same way, doesn't it?
Well, it's been fun covering the action, and let me remind you, next Sunday, it'll be Michigan and Oakland. You'll see it here on ABC at 1:30. The executive producer of ABC Sports is Bruce Arledge. Today's coverage of the Arizona Wranglers. The Michigan Panthers game was produced by Ned Simon, directed by Andy Sedaris. Technical director, Gina Fronti. Associate director, Jack Graham. This is Bill Fleming along with Lee Corso and Steve Garagiola saying so long from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Stay tuned next for the National Sports Festival. Remember to be with us again next Saturday and Sunday for more exciting USFL playoff action. Saturday, it'll be Philadelphia and Chicago. Sunday, it'll be Michigan and Oakland. This ABC Sports exclusive has been brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevrolet is USA 1, and USA 1 is taking charge by Budweiser White. The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it. Travel arrangements made through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more top business centers with 3-class Royal Pacific service. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.